starting today's episode off with encounters on Route 104. And the first one is Swirlix. Swirlix right now is meh, but when it evolves, it becomes a monster. I am talking about the one, the only Slurpuff. Give Slurpuff Belly Drum, give it a Citrus Berry, have it have on Burden, and that thing can 6-0 OU teams. I'm not even exaggerating a tiny bit. This thing can learn Drain Punch, Return, Play Rough, Belly Drum, Calm Mind, Psychic. I don't know if it can learn Psychic actually. But Slurpuff is that gaunt. You can also find Slowpoke. Slowpoke becomes either Slowbro or Slowking. Slowbro, I believe, is one of them is more defensive, one of them is more special defensive. They both learn very similar moves. I recommend Slowbro over Slowking, personally. They're both good. They're water psychic types. They're both very good. I have a Slowbro on my Heart Gold team. It's actually, I only caught it and used it because it was shiny, and it actually proved to be a very good team member. So I highly recommend picking it up. And if you do, name it David. You can also find Nido around here, both male and female variants. They both learn very similar moves. Nido King, I know for a fact, has an amazingly large move pool. And it doesn't have quite the attacking stats to back it. Well, I mean, it does, but like, it can really only be a mixed, a physical or special attacker. Special Nido King is actually a lot more viable in Gen 6. But it's got access to moves like Earth Power, Sludge Wave. Both are excellent Pokemon. Nidoqueen is more defensive and gets access to similar moves, but again, it just has more its stats are more defensive than the Nido King. Here you can find Meryl, and through Horde encounters, you can find its pre-evolved form Azumarill. Meryl is a Water Fairy type that becomes Azumarill. Or sorry, no, you can find Azurill. Azumarill is amazing with its huge power and the buff that it got in Gen 6. Oh my god. It's a lot similar to Slurpuff. Just give this thing Belly Drum, and Play Roughs will be sweeping entire teams. I'm not sure. I'd recommend it really more for competitive as opposed to in-game, but don't let that stop you from trying it. And here is Execute. Execute is a Grass Psychic type. It's got really high special attack, evolves into Execute with a Leaf Stone, gets access to, I mean, it's a Psychic and Grass type. It gets access to Psychic, it gets access to Solar Beam, it's got Chlorophyll. It's admittedly not the greatest Pokemon in the world, but it's still a good Pokemon. It's got, it gets all the Seed moves, it gets Ancient Power, it gets Giga Drain, it gets Extra Sensory, it gets decent attacks. Hey, it's the boy Scraggy. Scraggy is a dark fighting type. It gets Shed Skin, it gets Intimidate, and it gets Moxie. You can use this thing as a wall. You can use this thing as a physical sweeper. It's a dark fighting type. It's amazing. I highly recommend it if you've never used one. Just know that it's a little bit slow. I mean, it gets access to great moves like High Jump Kick, Crunch, Ice Punch. It is a great Pokemon, but it's not like, it does have its weaknesses. But it does get Dragon Dance. Hey! Okay. So, this Pokemon here is Spritzy. I know nothing about Spritzy or its evolved form, Aromatisse, because they are very forgettable Pokemon. And you wanna know why? It's because they suck. They don't get buffed stats, they don't have great stats, and their move pool is really shallow. I have nothing nice to say about this Pokemon. But the last Pokemon is Tailo. Tailo doesn't get any boosts. It gets Scrappy for its ability, but when it evolves into Swellow, Swellow's attack becomes base 90, and that is about all that changes. Because its speed is already high enough. It gets access to some great moves like Brave Bird, Roost, Return, Facade, because it can get Guts. It's a really good flying type, and if I didn't already have Starly, I'd recommend it. Tailo is not as good as Starly, but Tailo was a step in the right direction. Anyway, that's all the encounters on Route 104 South. That's right, Route 104 North actually has different encounters. But next up is actually going to be the Petalburg Woods. Here in the Petalburg Woods, we've already gone over Pikachu, but we can also find other things like Petalil. Petalil is a grass type that stays a grass type and it's okay. It becomes a special sweeper, it gets access to like Quiver Dance, which is amazing. Competitively, I tried it, it's not that bad. In terms of as an in-game team member, give it a shot. It's not a bad Pokemon. It has a somewhat shallow move pool, but Quiver Dance really helps to save it. You can also find Cottony. Cottony has the unique ability of Prankster. Well, it's not unique. The ability itself is unique, but it's not unique to Cottony, which lets, status moves get priority. So this thing gets like Stun, Spore, Substitute, Trick Room. It's very unique in that regard. It's not the greatest in-game team member, but competitively, it's not that bad. It evolves into Whimsicott, which is the more usable Pokemon. Which you can actually find Whimsicott through the Dex Nav, as well as the evolved form of last Pokemon we found, Petalil, which is Lilligant, yeah. Next up is Sawada, which ultimately becomes Leavanny, which I believe is a wannabe physical sweeper. It's honestly really not that memorable. I can't switch means I can't say it's bad. It's a bug grass type, and I believe it learns some interesting attacks, so maybe give it a try? And here is Venipede. Venipede is a fast physical attacker. It gets access to moves like Earthquake, Rock Slide, bug moves, X-Scissor, and Poison Jab. I really like it. It's a great Pokemon. In late game, it starts to kind of fall behind in terms of power, but if you teach this thing Swords Dance, it gets Speed Boost as one of its abilities. Venipede is not a Pokemon to sneeze at. Meaning you show it some respect. It's a pretty good Pokemon, actually, unironically. Oh yeah, and it gets Rollout, which is pretty interesting. And here we have Pumpkaboo. Pumpkaboo is interesting in that there are 4 sizes of Pumpkaboo, each one with varying stats. Generally, they're kind of more support-oriented, but they do get moves like Shadow Sneak and Seed Bomb, which make them pretty good Pokemon. I don't think their special attack is insanely high. Yeah, the smaller ones are lighter and faster, and the bigger ones are bulkier and slower. There's a grass ghost type, but there was another grass ghost type here, which I actually like a little bit better. Alright, next up is Venonat. Venonat didn't get a stat buff, like I thought it did, but it's pretty interesting. It's a special attacker. It's a special sweeper, actually. It gets access to some interesting moves like Quiver Dance, it gets Energy Ball, Venoshock, and it also gets Bug Buzz, it gets Venoshock, I already said that. It's a pretty interesting Pokemon, pretty good Pokemon. I tried using one of my X-Egg Luck because I wanted to try for once, and unfortunately it did die, but do not let that stop you. I feel like it's got a lot of potential, so I'm gonna have to say try it if you're on the fence about it. Hey, here's the other grass ghost type, Phantom. Phantom has a really high, well, not really high, it has a high attack stat and a semi-decent defense stat. And it evolves into Trevenant, and Trevenant are actually pretty bulky. Gets access to moves like Will-O-Wisp, it gets Toxic, obviously. It gets Phantom Force, which is pretty unique. I really like Trevenant. I won't be using one on my in-game team. I almost did. I've never tried one before, but like I said, I've said a lot. Go ahead and try it. I really like. I like Phantom. I like it shiny even more. And Trevenant was on my first ever OU team, which put in a lot of work in the early Gen 6 metagame. Hey, Shroomish! Finally, okay. Shroomish is a grass type right now, but it becomes a grass fighting type Breloom. It's fast, it hits hard, it's amazing. If you can get, I would recommend it with Technician, because that moves at 60 base power below or powered up. So that means Mach Punch, Rock Tomb, powered up, friggin' other things. It also gets access to Spore, Substitute. It gets access to a lot of really great moves, and Effect Spore is its other ability. That's not too bad either. Poison Heal is also a really great ability. Shroomish, great Pokemon. However, I will not be using it because I already have a grass type. And also, it just doesn't really fit a niche on my team. So, alright, last up for the Petalburg Woods is Slackoff. Slackoff starts out meh, becomes Vigoroth, which you can find through DexNav, becomes less meh, and then you get the Slack King, who has monstrous attacking and defending stats, but it has a cripple in its ability Truant. Does that make it not worth using? Absolutely not. Slackoff is still one of the greatest Pokemon to come out of Generation 3. Even with that Truant ability, it still can do its job fairly well. So, do it. Chugga Conroy used one in his Let's Play. I considered using one in my original Emerald Let's Play. It's a great time. Go for it. Oh, pardon me. So that takes care of Route 104 South and the Petalburg Woods. Why did I say Route 104 South? Well, Route 104 North has its own set of encounters that I would like to go over. And I guess I'll do those now too, why not? So, alright, first up here in Route 104 North is Combi. Get a female one, because, well, they don't evolve male ones. They don't get any stat buffs. They're meh. Just all around meh. I wouldn't really, I mean, Best Weekly's interesting, but I really wouldn't recommend it for an in-game team. Okay, next up is Flabebe. I actually almost used Flabebe on my team. Flabebe is a especially defensive fairy-type wall. It gets access to great moves like Moonblast, Aromatherapy, Wish. It has different color forms. I like it. It's good. It's a good Pokemon. If you want a special attacker that has good special defense, but you can also kind of use it, you know, it's really more of a cleric, but if you want to try something like that, go for it. It gets Razor Leaf, as you saw, and yeah, it's not a bad Pokemon at all. Next up is Snubbull. Snubbull is a hard-hitting fairy type. It's a good Pokemon. It gets access to a lot of interesting moves like Poison Fang, Fire Fang, Play Rough, Earthquake. It's a really good attacker, doesn't really have the greatest speed or defenses, it has a nice amount of HP, but all that being said, Snubbull is a really good Pokemon. Again, it almost made the cut, but it didn't really quite. Yeah, but give it a try. It's a nice physical attacker, and it learns some great moves, because it used to be normal type, so. You have Jigglypuff and Jigglypuff and Wigglytuff both got stat buffs. They got their special attack increased, both of their defenses increased, making it a lot more usable. That being said, looking at it, it gets interesting moves like Wake Up Slap, Gyro Ball, Double Edge, Wish, Mimic, Rest. They're good Pokemon. I don't know, like, give it a. I mean, this game is probably pretty much all about using mons you'd never use. So, if you feel like it's your style, hit it up, yo. Next up is going to be this little guy here, Scatterbug. Scatterbug and its evolution Spupa aren't that interesting. However, its third evolution, Vivillon, has a bunch of different wing patterns, and it also gets a stat buff. Its special attack and speed are both over base 100 now, which is great. It gets access to moves like Psybeam, Sleep Powder, Poison Powder. You know, those are the most interesting. It gets Supersonic, Draining Kiss, Aromatherapy. Yeah, it's a good Pokemon. Like, go for it. Here is the lovely little Togepi. Togepi eventually becomes Togekiss, which is a special attacking fairy flying type which gets Serene Grace for its ability, and it's an amazing Pokemon. It gets access to Aura Sphere, Dazzling Gleam, Air Slash. Especially with that Serene Grace, it's a great Pokemon. Yeah, just friggin' do it. It's good. If you think you can make it work, go for it. You can also be used as a cleric too, getting access to moves like I think Aromatherapy, I think even Wish. Okay, so Ladybug. Okay, so here's Ladybug. Ladybug is actually a lot more usable in this game, believe it or not. Its attack stat gets a huge buff from base 35 to 90. Its a special attack takes a little bit of a hit, but with that attack stat, it can finally use the moves like Bug Bite, Aerial Ace, Ice Punch, Thunder Punch, Mach Punch. It is base 110 special defense and base 85 speed. It's semi-usable, but I really can't recommend it. So here's Kricketot. It evolves into Kricketune, and Kricketune is actually a lot better than it used to be. It has base 100 attack, base 70 speed. I know I said a lot better, but I mean, its defenses go up, its base HP goes up. It's a little bit more usable, but it's not great. I'm not gonna lie to you. Honestly, I wouldn't even really bother. Next up is Burmy. Burmy is interesting because Burmy is, well, it's very, quite frankly, Burmy is a lot to talk about. I say a lot, maybe not a lot. Nah, it's a lot. Okay, so, alright, let's start with Burmy. Burmy, if it's a male like this one, will evolve into Mothim. Mothim was previously not that great, and looking at its new form, it's still not that great. Its attack stats go up base 1, and its speed goes up to base 75 from base 66. That's good. It's, Mothim has a nice looking moveset. It moves like Quiver Dance, Psychic, Buzz, Bug Buzz, Air Slash, and yeah. If it's a female, it can evolve into Wormadam. Now, Wormadam is interesting because it is depending on where you get Burmy, or let me rephrase that. So if you catch this Burmy, right, and you evolve it straight up, it will become Wormadam, Plant Cloak, and that has high special attack, high special defense, both breaking over 100 in this game, which is pretty nice. And that's what it is. If you evolve Burmy in a cave, you'll get and then evolve it, you'll get Wormadam Sand Cloak, which has high physical attack and physical defense. There's that. And then finally, if you're diligent enough to figure out how to evolve Burmy in a building, you'll get Wormadam Trash Cloak. Wormadam Trash Cloak has high special defense and high physical defense, and really is not one I'd recommend. All of that being said, however, yeah, that's Burmy. Alright, so this is Bunny. It evolves into Lopunny. Lopunny is wife of Pokemon. Lopunny gets a Mega, which performs amazingly. Lopunny gets moves to high jump, access to moves like High Jump Kick, and that the Elemental Punches, Bounce, Mirror Coat, Return. It's a great Pokemon. Well, its Mega is great. Lopunny is just kind of substandard. But, you know, I gotta catch it with the Pokedex. And aside from Lopunny, you can find Totodile and Igglybuff through Horde encounters, but that's it. That is every Pokemon on Route 104 North and South and the Petalburg Woods. I am done. Now back to your regularly scheduled CorporalSaturn. At ease, Saturn, I'm CorporalSaturn here, and we are back with more Pokemon Sinking Sapphire. If you chose to skip the bios, it's totally fine. And yeah, because basically that's all we did at the beginning of the episode was go over Pokemon you could find here in the woods and in the route below. I think we got a team from this guy. I don't remember if that was last time or in the... No, I think it was definitely last time. So we're gonna go ahead and pick these berries, just in case. Because, berries are pretty useful items. We just got orange berries, which heal your health, cherry berries, which heal paralysis, and these look like Pekka berries, which heal poison. Yep. You can also plant the berries, which you really should do. What you really should do is pick your berries and then plant something from your crop so that you can, But anyway, before we do that, actually, I want to go in here. Hello, this is a pretty flower shop, spreading flowers throughout the world. Your name is Saturn. That's a nice name. Would you like to learn about berries? Sure, why not? And now we're gonna learn about something. It's basically you plant. I already know about berries. Oh, okay. This place is confusing. Let's talk to you. It's like berries on your area. Oh, I didn't know that. Well, I mean, I did, but I forgot. And she's gonna give us the. Oh, wait, I thought we get the. What's it called? Oh, she's talking about a machine that mixes up berries. We don't really know what that is yet. And hopefully, yeah, okay, yes, she gives us the Whalmer Pail. So now that we have the Whalmer Pail, we can actually go plant and water our berries. So I think I will do that just to kind of show it off. So let's see, we only have one Chesto berry, so we'll plant that one. And then we'll go ahead and water it. I don't know if this game has, in previous games you could use mulch to affect how the berries grew. I don't know if that's in this game. And in X and Y you could actually, there were berry mutations, which are pretty dope. Trainer tips. There are pairs of trainers who challenge others for 2-on-2 battles called double battles. In a double battle, the trainer must send out 2 Pokemon, the ones at the top left and the top right on their list. Pay attention to how you arrange the Pokemon in your list. I don't know why that said array, but I feel like it should have said arrange. Anyway, I actually have just... Oh, geez, I didn't realize Koen was so weak on health. I have actually decided on a name for Starly, and so if you don't follow me on Twitter, you should, at SamuelQuinones1. That's there's a link to it in the description of this video. I posted a picture of Starly from episode 2, and it became a meme. It blew up a little bit. So I'm going to name the Starabia meme. So May I ask you? We must have been fated to meet. May I ask you for a battle? Well, contrary to what that sign said, this is not an instance of a 2-on-2, even though she has 2 Pokemon. She has just the one Eevee and then one other one she sends out individually. Anyway, we're gonna lead off with our boy Koen here. By the way, the narrator isn't. We can't go to the narrator yet, so the names will be in the layout, but the Pokemon actually won't be named what they are. So let's go ahead and use Water Pulse. Also, I'll probably in the future. I'll probably be doing condensed bios because the bios at the beginning might have been like 10 minutes, but that was uncut. That's about an hour of footage. But why did I use Yawn? Didn't mean to do that. Okay. Now, hopefully you guys are enjoying. The first episode did really well. The second episode also did very well. Keep the support coming, guys. Also, as always, be sure to answer the question of the day. All right, Eevee fell asleep, and now we got to deal with that. So we'll go ahead and send out Stravia or Meme. I'm gonna try to call these Pokemon by their nicknames. So we'll send out Meme here. The meme is actually, it's on iFunny. It's called Spooked Starly, hashtag Spooked Starly if you want to look it up. And it's, like I said, it's not like super popular, but it's people are like, yeah, that's kind of funny. It already woke up. Okay, that's great. It's kind of like the Caveman SpongeBob meme, sort of, like in terms of what the joke is. I mean, but yeah. Anyway, this battle's pretty much over. Now we still got to deal with Bunnery. Fortunately, we don't have an adequate way of dealing with normal types, and despite what you think, the first gym, which is actually coming up in Rustboro, like Norman said, is not a normal type leader. She is actually a rock type gym leader. And speaking of gym leaders, in Rising Ruby and Sinking Sapphire, the gym leaders actually all have 6 Pokemon, so that's gonna be fun. I'll probably be doing the gym in this episode, maybe. Oh my god, my Pokemon are weak. Really? Oh dear. Probably should have grinded up. Regret. Oh, all of the regret. Damn, this is hard. Like, I mean, I'm not surprised, but like, damn. Like, my Pokemon probably should have been like level like 20. Okay, all right, calm down. And Beniri's finally dead, or fainted. Beat Lady Cindy. Oh my. We got a nice chunk of money for winning. Damn though, like, my Pokemon are under-leveled. I mean, I guess that's the downside of the dex nav. You don't, like, you kind of give grinding a, back seat. Let me get that, item from Combi. Oh, it's got Honey Gather. Okay. So yeah, so it's probably gonna get a bunch of honey, which is gonna be pretty useful. Let's go ahead and battle you. Should I or shouldn't I? Sure, I'll battle. You could have just said let's battle, and we could have skipped out on all of the foreplay. That was that fight, to be completely honest. She's gonna lead out with Skirmish, and I'm leading off with Combat, which was a terrible idea. Quite frankly, it was an awful idea. Okay. Let's. I guess Staravia would probably be the best bet, because it's a flying type, and grass types are weak to flying types. Intimidate gets the modified attack. I don't, like I said, I probably should have opened the documentation before this fight. I'll probably get it up before we battle the gym leader, but, oh, this is gonna take a while, I can already tell. Something to note in that battle is that Bellsprout learned Acid Spray, replaced Acid with it, and I believe that's last Haley, so yeah. Bellsprout and Koen are probably going to be the most helpful for the upcoming gym, because it is a rock-type gym. So let's see, here's that first instance of a double battle, and like I keep saying, my Pokemon are really, really unfit to fight right now. And that's probably, I probably should do something about that. This is called Super Training. You can use the Eevee Train, and I really should do something with that. But the tutorial is long and stupid, so I'll probably be doing that off screen. We're twins, so we battled, did words and things, and yeah. So this is the first instance of a double battle, 2-on-2. They generally go a lot faster than single battles. I'll probably let's see. Yeah. Oh, okay, that's interesting. So their Pokemon got changed from Lotad and Seedot to Pokemon that Koen doesn't fuck with, just in general. But Bellsprout does. Alright, so we'll switch out into Bellsprout. We'll have Staravia use Wing Attack on Petalil. Yeah, this game is definitely a lot. Well, I mean, this game has definitely proved to be more of a challenge than Omega Ruby was. The regular base game, which is a good thing. But it's also, it could potentially become a bad thing. Ah, that was nice and crisp and quick. Koen's gonna be level 20. Alright, we'll use Acid Spray on you, and Wing Attack also. See, that's fine. I'm not gonna be in the battle long enough for it to really be an issue. I should definitely buy some healing items after this battle, because I am out of them. And I imagine that I'll probably need them for that gym battle, because it's gonna be 6 on 3. Well, 6 on 4 because of my HM slave, but really I only have 3 fighting team members right now and then my HM slave, so... Oh boy! Okay, I think this fisherman's a trainer, but I want to talk to her. If you see berries growing in the soil, feel free to take them, but be sure... And then she shares us, she gives us another Chesto berry. I think these are... Oh, I didn't even... Oh, the bushes sway, that's cute. Let's get some Oran berries. Those are... You can also use those as hold items given your Pokemon when they get low HP. Or they have status, they'll eat the berry, which will, you know, it's a consumable item. It works kind of like leftovers. It'll heal your Pokemon, but it's a one-time use thing since it's consumable. Okay, so I'm gonna take this guy on. I'll put Bellsprout up first, and we'll see how this goes. I thought Bellsprout evolved at level 19. It's actually, I guess, level 20. But we're technically in Rustboro City, even though we're not in Rustboro City. I want to get this item, which is an X defense. Which is not... man, I don't really... I mean, the X items are kind of useful in battle. Like you know, they're the equivalent of increasing your stat in the battle by, like, you know, +1 or whatever. But, was there anything over here? Nope. But I don't really use them all too much. As soon as we get into town. So, you made it here to Rustboro. You made it here to Rustboro 2, Saturn? And then we get a nice overview of the city. It's really big here, isn't it? Little Root can't even compare. I mean, you're right. Oh, and Saturn, have you heard there's a Pokemon gym here, too? I actually have heard. That's why I'm here. Once I get a couple more Pokemon, I'll be sure to take on with my team. See you later. So she's probably actually going to the... If you go up and then you go... east, you can actually encounter quite a few new Pokemon. But I won't be doing that today. I won't save you with 2 long stretches of... I'll save you with not have 2 long stretches of encounters. If anything, I'll probably do that next time, or at the end of the next video, or at the beginning of the one after that. But let's talk to this guy. Has anyone ever told you that you have the looks of a street thug? No. What do I look like? I don't know, I'll go with a ranger. My Pokemon has a naive nature, my friend's has a jelly nature. It's fascinating. So yeah, well, that nature affects how the Pokemon's stats grow. So like, a jelly nature rises your speed, lowers your special attack, and a naughty nature rises your speed, lowers your special defense. Yeah, but to give you a quick perspective of how taxing these encounters are, the PC is basically filled with 60 Pokemon. We don't even, like, it hasn't even been, we don't even have our first badge, and we've already got quite the collection here. So yeah. So that's a thing. Anyway, I need to go buy some items. Oh, so this guy gives you False Swipe, which is good for catching Pokemon. Basically, it'll never kill the Pokemon, it'll always leave it with exactly 1 HP, which is super useful, like I said, for catching Pokemon. Anyway, let's get some items. Alright, so we need probably 8 potions. Spend all our stock on that. Pokemon evolved and has lots of HP now. Alright, new items at hand, let's go ahead and explore the city. Every now and then I see that old sailor who lives in this by the sea, Mr. Briny, taking a stroll through the tunnel. Huh, That's interesting. We'll go in this house here. Every Pokemon has a special gift or skill it can use. That's called its ability. Pokemon are such mysterious creatures. I've been with them for years, but I still find something new every day. Oh, it's just so hard. What's hard? You need to ask? Preparing blinding meals every day. Okay. What's this? Nope, nothing important. Let's see if there's anything here for us. Nope, trash can is empty. Some dolls and medicine, it looks like. Yeah, but these are like legit apartment complexes. It's pretty dope. Well, that's that. Did we talk to this kid? Oh, yeah, we did. See, there are these trees here. Talks about a Pokemon might be able to cut the tree. Look at this guy. That determined expression, that little limber way you move, and you're well-trained Pokemon. You're obviously a skilled trainer. No, wait, don't say a word. I can tell just by looking at you. I can tell you we'll put this HM to good use. Don't be modest or shy. Go on, take it. So we get our first instance of a hidden machine, which I think hidden machines are used in the field. This cut, as you would probably guess, cuts down trees. Well, we can't use it until we get our Rustboro gym badge. So, I could teach it to Zigzagoon right now, but I don't want to break the float links too much. Oh, who might you be? You're a new face around these parts. Have you just transferred to the Pokemon Trainer School? Nope. I'm actually on a Pokemon journey. This is Skitty. Didn't search it up. Pokédex. Huh. Okay. Well, that's interesting. This building houses many employees of the Devon Corporation and their families. Huh. Yeah, so that scientist guy in the woods worked for Devon, so... Oh, this is funny, I like this. My dad's a real ace in the Devon Corporation, I'll have you know. No wonder I'm an ace myself. Here, I'll give you something that an administrator like myself uses. So he gives us a float stone. If you don't know what float stone does, its weight will be halved. The Pokemon who holds it will have its weight cut in half. And, my daddy works at Devon, and so he gives us a Premier Ball, which you can get from... You can't actually purchase these, you can only get them from buying Pokeballs of any kind in bundles of 10. And the top floor. Devon's president likes to collect rare stones. Didn't someone say the president's son likes to collect rare stones too? Ooh, the president's son, Steven's son. Oh, you know what? Yeah, just like really quick, this is just a funny little thing. For some reason, I put on a lot more weight recently. So the float stone works on humans too. That's just a funny little thing. I'm actually really, I like that they put that in there. Pokemon you get in a trade from someone else grows faster, but if you don't have enough gym badges, it may not listen to you. It actually, well, yeah. So this right here, oh, hold on, is the Devon Corporation. So we'll go there in a second, but before we do, this right here is like the trainer school. Before we go in there, actually you want to go in here, and I think, oh no, hold on, huh. So in Ruby, Sapphire, and actually in Emerald, there was a house where you could trade Pokemon before the gym battle. I guess that was removed. Oh no, that might be next to that might be the house next to the gym. We'll go there in a second, and then there's also these two houses we have to explore. Talk to these kids. Pokemon that can change the way they look. Yeah, so yeah, some certain Pokemon can change their forms, which is pretty cool. Let's see. For my Pokemon, I give such something about originality with nicknames. That's yeah. Let's see. A lot more. This is a lot bigger. You use the detective mode in the Dex nav. Apparently, the more you encounter Pokemon, the same Pokemon, the better the search function will be. Yeah, that's actually true. It's like the more you look for a Pokemon, the more of a chance you have it have egg moves, hidden abilities, and such. No way, I don't want to share with my little brother. I'm a grown woman. Okay. Hire a Pokemon housekeeper. My parents got a house while raising the two of us. I have the highest respect for my parents. Huh. You know, I never actually took the time to explore this town. Like when I played through the first time, I just kind of, no, I mean I kind of did, but I really didn't. Let's see what you have to say. You taking on the Pokemon gym? No, I haven't yet. Actually, there's a couple things I want to do before I do that, so. Okay, yeah. So this guy will trade a Slakoth for a Makuhita, which is actually a really good Pokemon to have for the upcoming gym match. If you're not really prepared. So And also, you know, you can also find Makuhita in the wild in an area coming up. So, in all sorts of places, there are all sorts of people in Pokemon. It's so fascinating. Oh, jeez. Camera angle. And this is the Devon building. We'll go ahead in here. Let's talk to this guy. Hey, that Pokemon Plus, that's one of our products. Makes me happy when I see people using something we made. Hello, welcome to the Devon Corporation. And this is the receptionist. But yeah, we can't go upstairs yet. Or really at all right now. So, that's pretty much all of Rustboro. Oh, I just noticed there's a Dragonite up there. And there's a cave in the distance. I wonder what's in that cave. I mean, I know, but I'm pretending not to know for suspense. And I think the last building we have to go inside is the trainer school, and then we'll go ahead and end things off. I'm not a weird man on the head of the school to prove that. I'll social knowledge with you. Don't really need to know about the badges, even though that man is lonely. Hold items. But they won't know what to do with man-made items. So these guys are playing Pokemon within Pokemon. Now, let's see. Let's talk to you. So talking about confusion and how that's a different status, and that if you leave a battle, it'll go away. Students who don't get a so the students who don't listen get a taste of the Quick Claw. The Quick Claw is an item that will randomly allow the Pokemon that's holding it, no matter what the speed of either Pokemon is, to go first. It's pretty good for. It's really not good competitively, but it's really good in game if you have like a slower Pokemon on your team and you don't really have another good item for it. But with that, I think that's everything I wanted to do today. We got to explore Rustboro City. We went over a lot of encounters. Our rival is here, and she's over here training against some Pokemons. She's getting some new Pokemons for her team. As you can already see that there's a lot of options. We'll be going over those, not today. As a matter of fact, I don't know if I want to do the gym battle right now, because like this episode's already been kind of long enough, and but then again the gym battle might take long, so like I don't know. I think I'll end it off here because yeah. So next episode we'll do a lot. Next episode we'll take on the gym, and then we'll go. I mean, we really should go up there before we take on the gym, but I'm gonna take on. Well, actually, you know what? Never mind. Actually, you know what? Okay, I'm gonna end it off here. Thank you all so much for watching. Don't forget to answer the comment question of the day. But with all that being said, it's gonna end today's mission. All that I completely don't know what I'm talking about. I'm gonna go before I say something stupid.